Hello, everybody, and welcome to the That Being Said podcast with JAA, Week 2, Episode 2. I am your host, JAA. Hope everyone's having themselves a wonderful day wherever you are, feeling blessed. And I want to give a big thank you to everybody who tuned in to the very first episode last Friday. And I had Crypt on. He was my guest, and we're going to be talking about Crypt a little bit later. But one more time, big thank you to Crypt. And a big thank you to Crypt and Joey Nato for shouting me out on the Papadoo podcast. And in essence, I feel like we're parallels. We're parallels. We're doing our thing. We're not crisscrossing applesauce and over, but we're going forward. I definitely just said crisscross applesauce with no shame. We're jumping right into some of the news of the week. Scru on Monday dropped a song with SmokePurpp, Drum. Check that out. That is a big move for not only Scru, but for this whole scene. And it's the second big artist, like mainstream level artist, that Scru's gotten a song with recently. He had the song with Tech 9 with Mercules last year. And it's big for the entire scene because it helps and creates also hope for smaller artists or up-and-coming artists that they can hit that next level, He did a tour with Tech 9 at the end of last year, so big ups to Scru on that collab, and that was coming off of a really busy weekend. Now, you can get all the details and a million other videos that are out there on it, but I'll just summarize that there was a bit of a diss battle. Well, more than a bit. There was a diss battle going on between Scru and Gawne. It started when Gawne dropped a song with 6 seconds called World War III, and that dissolved into 4 songs came out of that. And essentially, 6 seconds had ulterior motives when he jumped on that song. And so Scru dropped the songs Delete Yo YouTube and Death to Corny Rap. Gawne dropped the songs No Life Scru and Karma. But my big takeaway from all this is very simple. Thou shalt not fuck with Shizzy. Thou shalt not fuck with 6 seconds. 6 seconds, a battle rapper. 6 seconds, one of the most talented lyricists I've ever heard, ever. I think that not only on this platform, but on any platform, that is a name to behold. He is just on another level than most people. So fucking good at what he does. So that happened over the weekend, last weekend, and then Scru follows all that up with the SmokePurpp song. So you know what? Big ups to you, Scru. Keep killing it. What's Poppin', the song by Jack Harlow, is getting remixed left and right. Last week, Dwayne TV had dropped a remix, and we talked about that. Now, DK Rap Artist, King Blitz, and Dizzy have all dropped remixes of this song. And something really cool about remixes, especially when a number of different artists gravitate towards a certain song, like when Eminem dropped Homicide, for example, you get to hear different takes on these songs. And it's really always been fascinating to me how different artists will interpret a beat so differently from one another, and how their style will come through so differently than one another, like so uniquely, considering that you have this repeat beat going on. So that's a very cool thing. Speaking of the word poppin', our first guest, Crypt, won the Poppin' Challenge. And a big, big, big round of applause to Crypt, and congratulations to him beating out so many people. I think hundreds and hundreds of submissions online, and winning in a vote by a landslide amongst 13 finalists. And out of that, he's actually doing a Cypher called the Poppin' Cypher. And if you haven't heard, it comes out tomorrow, Saturday the 25th. And it's going to have, I think, 10 of the 13 finalists. 3 couldn't make it for this reason or another, whatever that may be. But it's a cypher with all these finalists for the Poppin' Challenge, and they're all going to be on this song together, and that's going to be really cool. That's going to be a moment in the community, and that's something Crypt does, is he creates moments. And cyphers are very much entwined with him now. And this is another Cypher out there. And a really funny story about him winning the Poppin Challenge is I was speaking to him Thursday night, the night before That Being Said dropped. And if you all recall, I spoke for a bit about the Poppin Challenge on the episode. But by the time I came out at 5 p.m., KSI had announced the winner at 12 p.m. that day. And obviously I wasn't going to go back in and redo the episode. It was fine, my take on everything. I felt it didn't need an update. People had already figured it out regardless. But I'm speaking to Crypt to just confirm a few things, make sure everything was good to go for the podcast. And I said, yeah, I'm waiting to film the episode because I want to see who wins the Poppin Challenge so that I could talk about it. And he goes, oh yeah, the Poppin Challenge. I completely forgot about that, man. Oh yeah, no, I wonder when he is going to announce that. Completely poker faced me. You, sir, have a scary good poker face, and it makes me wonder. What times are you poker facing me, Crypt? Huh? What times are you being serious, Crypt? What are you hiding? Crypt? Just kidding, man. But you did have a good poker face, a frighteningly good poker face. The Papadoo podcast just dropped on Spotify last night, a new episode with Vin J where he's talking about his new album, and he's also talking about how he met Joey, how he met Crypt. It's a fun listen. It should be up on YouTube by the time my episode comes out today, so check that out and give that a listen. And on the Papadoo podcast, not only did your boys shout me out and the show out, so thank you very much for that, boys. Returning the favor once again your way. Crypt did announce something that is a talking point today. He announced that YouTube Cypher 3 is not only coming, but YouTube Cypher 3 is going to be the very last YouTube Cypher. Going forward, I want to shout out a couple of songs that are coming out. So tomorrow, Lyrics 0122 is dropping his new song, You. It's got Matt Klavix, I believe, and Matt Halbert on it. Forgive me if I butchered your name, brother. And so that comes out tomorrow. Hollow, who's an up-and-coming artist, dropped the Quarantine album, so check that out. It's HOLO. He's very talented, and he's been growing as an artist in so many ways over the past few months, and it's been a pleasure to see his journey. My boy Fire, Fayr, dropped his song Ibuprofen, and I think he wrote it when he was 16 years old, but it really does show the raw ability he has. So check that song out if you have gotten a chance. And finally, Rhino Rhymes, back in January, dropped his Rookie of the Year album, but we didn't have this show back in January, so I thought it would be only fair to show some love and shout him out here. So now we are ready for our interview with Todd from This OffendsMeTV. Todd and I have been friends about a year. He's an awesome person and one of the funniest guys I've ever talked to. And he has interests in so many different categories. A lot of them we happen to share. And we have a great conversation, but it's a long one. So what I've decided to do is break this into two parts. So you're going to hear part one today, and hopefully Sunday latest, we'll drop part two on y'all. And you get to enjoy that half of the conversation. But that being said, without further ado, I present to you my interview with Todd from This OffendsMeTV.
Yeah, what up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
Pretty good, dude. I already forgot what I was supposed to do.
Staying inside, right?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, how you been passing the time over the last couple weeks?
I'm not going to lie. I've been played so much video games.
Catching up, though? I feel like, this is a time to catch up if ever.
Yeah, I stay pretty consistent. Nothing's really changed for me, as weird as that sounds. I mean, like, obviously, No, not really. No, washing my hands. Yeah, nothing's really changed. I just feel like avoid people more, I guess.
I was gonna ask, are you more of a Sony guy or are you more of an Xbox guy?
Xbox all the way, dude.
When did you start with Xbox? Were you a 360 guy or all the way back to the original?
Oh, dude, oh man. PlayStation 1 was my jam when I was younger. Like, besides Nintendo stuff, it was definitely PlayStation 1. Actually, that Resident Evil 3 is what I spent a lot of my time on as a kid when I wasn't supposed to. On the PlayStation 1, they just remade that actually on Friday, so I was playing that.
Nice little nostalgia kick. They've been doing a lot of games like that. I was playing, they remade Medieval, Spyro, Crash for PlayStation 4, and those were my jams on PlayStation back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they're trying to hit us with the nostalgia kick, but I'm not gonna lie, it's certainly working.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Whether it's that or they want money, regardless. Off the game right away, I was like, yeah, nah, dude. This is my last $60, so I'm like, dude, I'm getting this game and I'm playing it.
Well, I know that like you're big into gaming. We've even put out there for people to add your tag on there. So, if you, like you said, you were playing PlayStation way back in the day when you were younger. But what is it about gaming that always drew you in?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, when I was a kid, it was definitely something I clung on to. Pokemon on the Game Boy Color is what I don't know, man. Rough childhood. That was something that always like helped me for some reason. I just clung on to it, even as an adult. Not kidding. I play that shit competitively. Like no one probably would have ever expected that, but I'm not kidding. And then one of my buddies when I was younger, around like 16, I was doing a lot of dumb shit and hanging out with the wrong crowd. And one of my buddies got me into Xbox 360, and I never really sat down and played like a ton. Like I never really spent a ton of time on video games. And I was actually around 14 or even 16. And I spent so much time playing Xbox at one of my buddies' house, playing Halo 3 private lobbies, custom games. Spending so much time doing that, they got me hooked. And then played MW2, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Took a lot of my free time, and ever since then, I've just nonstop just been gaming, which got me out of doing a lot of dumb shit when I was younger. Because I was hanging out with like the wrong people on my way down a stupid path, and it got me to sit back and look at everybody like, wow, these people are all not doing what I should be doing. They're all like better and like prison now, so it's a good thing that's not sort of playing video games.
Well, it's a good way of escapism, and also though, when we're going down that path, we don't always see it that way, especially in that time. And you always have those adults that try to look out for you, but you never see it that way either. They're just trying to interfere, right, with our lives. They're trying to tell us what to do. And you look back, and some of that advice is appreciated, some of it isn't. But I think that it's always good to have different kinds of escapes when you're going through it.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Sure, that was definitely a mistake for me. It's like hardcore. Video games have definitely been a huge help. It's like just keeping me on like the right track is weird as it sounds for a lot of people, especially like a lot of older people. I think like video games is bad for you and they rot your brain. But like in this case, it definitely kept me away from a lot of dumb people and doing a lot of dumb shit. So definitely pull a lot to the old Xbox 360, and I think that's why I haven't really moved away from Microsoft, honestly.
Yeah, I find myself really Sony loyal, but maybe for similar reasons, just a different console.
Oh yeah,
I was big on the PlayStation 1. I had the 2. I was late getting the 3 just because the price point was so out of this world at the time. I was late getting the 4 for similar reasons. But yeah, no, escapism is a big part of video games, and it's just fun. It's an interactive thing we can do with others. Did you ever used to have get-togethers or parties with like Call of Duty or anything like that?
Oh, like when?
Yeah, or whatever game it may have been.
like definitely nothing like massive, but yeah, a couple of boys and stuff would just get together and like play video games. Like we'd just be hanging out. Someone would turn on like Black Ops Zombies, and we'd all be like, "Oh, you sons of bitches, you just fucking started." And we'd just be like on there all night. Yeah. Yeah.
I assume the music was also an escapism for you, just listening to music.
Of
And
course,
what were
dude.
some of the genres that you were drawn to earlier on? Because we never really talked too deeply about that. But what are some of your influences?
Before, I'm a huge rock and rap guy. I don't do anything with rock necessarily, which a lot of people have no idea that I'm like. A lot of people would probably, just based on my YouTube channel, more people would kind of assume that I'm heavily into rap, which I am, but rock is definitely like tuned to a lot more. Early rap, dude, I listen to so much, man. I can't. I'm a bit of an old head, dude, when it comes to rap, but rock is definitely something that I will always like have my heart. Sitting on the car with my grandfather and hearing AC/DC or Ozzy Osbourne constantly is definitely something that has probably warped my taste. It definitely influenced me. And when I was younger, I'd say around middle school, heavily into 3 Days Grace, Papa Roach, Crossfade, Crypt, a lot of alternative and like, bands like that definitely were what influenced me the most. I mean, if I go back, I'll show you a picture of me, dude. And I don't know, the former lead singer of 3 Days Grace, is now lead singer of a band called Saint Estonia. I tried to look just like him, dude. He was a huge inspiration to me, and I'm definitely 100% willing to say that music saved my life, and that band in particular, along with Papa Roach, did a really good job of like keeping me around. The music is something that I definitely relied on. It's a pretty dark times, so yeah, I'm definitely a rock dude. I feel like it spoke to me a lot, but I'll always have room for like Tupac, Eminem, 50 Cent, Andre 3000, Jay-Z. It's between rock and rap. I really just, when I was younger, bounced around through rock and rap, and now like my music taste is I listen to anything, dude. Like anything. As long as it's good,
One thing I don't think a lot of people know about you is the fact that you yourself are a musician. You perform in many ways. Well, you play rather. I don't know if you've gone out and performed. Have you ever performed in front of a crowd?
No. I've actually never. I mean, I sang in front of a bunch of drunk hillbillies at a bar once, karaoke. They loved me, but they're also drunk hillbillies, so I can't really say that.
What were you singing that night?
Oh man, dude, I actually have. I was thinking, dude, I can't remember. I just remember that they liked me. Besides that, no, I've got stage fright, and it's pretty bad. It's not even stage fright. It's dude, I'm weird. I'm really weird. I can't do certain things in public because I feel like people look at me as if I think I'm better than everyone else. I know that sounds weird.
Really?
I've never told you this either, even on like a personal phone call. Not a lot of people know that. I don't like singing in front of people, and I've also sang in front of a handful of girlfriends that I've to my exes in the past because I just feel if I sing, I automatically think everyone thinks that I think I'm really good, and that they think I'm just some cocky dude. So I don't ever like sing in front of people, even though they'll ask. I just don't do that. And I also am pretty bad with sharing any original songs that I put out there. Actually, really bad because I've actually never put out an original song. but I've been writing them since I was a kid.
Well, I think that's kind of a shame because you are quite talented in all those ways.
Thank you,
You play
man. I
guitar, you
appreciate
can
that.
sing very well. Are there any other instruments that you play?
No, I've been playing guitar for 14 years. Taught myself because someone told me I couldn't do it. So I was like, alright, fuck you. And I started playing, I was like 14. No, wow, I just said 14 years. I'm not 20. What the fuck? So it's been 12 years. My math did not add up. Yeah, I got on the piano once, and I picked that up pretty quickly in just like a few hours of playing it, but definitely, nope, just pretty much guitar. I played the flute once in like 6th grade. Shit, I'm pretty sure everybody in the fucking world at one point, is it the recorder? I think every school did that. Did you guys do
Yeah,
that?
I think so too. At least the
Oh,
majority.
yeah, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, no, just guitar. Just guitar and singing.
You know, I've seen those videos on Twitter you'll put up once in a while, and I would love to encourage you, although, of course, you feel the way you feel about it, but I would love to encourage you to maybe take steps to putting out some of those original songs. You have a lot of talent in that regard. I think that people should see and hear that ability that you have. And, you know, with the reaction channel, speaking on different topics, it's always good when people know that you come from that music background, that you yourself perform. And
Oh,
I'm not saying that it lends credibility per se, but it does in a lot of ways. And you have that credibility, whether people realize it or not. But you do have a lot of talent in that way, and I'd love in the future maybe to see a little bit more of that from you.
thank you, brother. No, yeah, well, yeah, I definitely want, I want to say maybe, but I probably will in that sense, It's just more, I'm not sure, a lot of it's real personal too, but because I get pretty dark sometimes in writing, but yeah, I think, I don't know, have you ever heard like John Bellion? So that is John Bellion, artist.
Oh, for some reason I couldn't hear you, but John who?
Wait, no, you might know him. He got a little bit of, uh, I don't know the word for it. We'll say a little ministry action going on or something about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's saying, no, if I threw a couple songs and you look them up, you know who it is. I've noticed that like the music that I vision myself putting out there, or like anything behind any vocals, is definitely like inspired by him. I really, as of recently, it's definitely less of like a rock acoustic, type thing, more of like a upbeat kind of. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't even know the genre. It's just super. It's just nice. Good to hear. Good vibe music.
Yeah, I got you on that. A lot of times when I can't put a genre on it, I just say haunted metal, and then that's just it. It's haunted metal, Sometimes you got to just make up the damn name,
Oh, haunted. That sounds cool. Haunted metal.
I know, right?
Oh,
Should make it a
yeah.
damn thing. You and we could start the first haunted metal band.
Haunted metal band. People are they're just like, fuck you, that is raw. That sounds heavy.
I don't know. It would either scare people off or we would draw a weird crowd.
Haunted metal, dude.
So, on the topic of that channel of yours, you started as a commentary channel in a lot of ways. That was kind of like your focus.
Oh yeah, that was my thing.
When was the shift, and why did you make the shift to more reactions on the channel?
Honestly, I was cool with doing comment. I started the channel in 2015 because my buddy, what his ass, Tretsy TV, he was a up and coming YouTuber. He had about 300,000 at the time. And him and his ex-girlfriend, not gonna name her, she's also like a massive social media star, total bitch. Tried killing him, awful human being. Anyway,
No,
no, they're like, yeah, I put out a rant on Facebook about 50 Shades of Grey. It's just going in on the movie and who it was catered to. And he messaged me and was like, you need to upload rants on YouTube. And this was before commentary was really big, Because I feel like in 2016 it kind of took off with the whole Leafy is Here, Team iDubbbz, and like if you pay attention to the commentary channel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do credit Leafy for popularizing the genre.
Oh, for sure, dude. It was like that was the prime, like the YouTube's prime, like that 2016, 2017. It's just it was so spicy, and I loved it. Now I definitely started. He told me to start out a YouTube channel. Like, you belong on YouTube, you should do it. And I was like, well, fuck, dude. This guy who was making around $15,000 a month is sitting like on YouTube. It's sitting here like this dude. This is his job, and he's very, very good at what he does. He's telling me I should upload YouTube channels. I said, fucking, try upload YouTube channels. At the time, I was extremely broke into financial situations. I'm an immigrant from Canada, and I was still immigrating. There was a whole lot of money there, so there was a whole lot of things that we had to do. And I ended up, one of my buddies who I used to spend years on YouTube with, he's actually the one who, the one I was telling you about who got me hooked on Xbox. Yeah. He let me use his Mac and edit videos and upload at his house. So for the first year of me making a channel in 2015, the whole reason that thing even existed is because my buddy would let me go over to his home and edit and upload. And during the commentary thing, at some point I just started ranting because people just started pissing me off. Remember I made a rant video on Kim Kardashian. God, that was fun. And it just slowly graduated into hitting content creators like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Billy Pond, a lot of the cringy people on YouTube and social media. I'll say celebrities who have just made some fuck ups, in their past, or have even today continue to fuck up. I feel like everybody deserves second chances, but in the moment, I'll throw a video on you, and YouTube really started. I don't know if you remember the Adpocalypse with the whole PewDiePie thing, and how YouTube got tanked pretty hard. That sounds familiar to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once the ads stopped rolling in, and YouTube was like, we're censoring everything, and we're blah blah blah. I was like, Jesus, dude.
Oh no, and it completely changed at that point.
Oh yeah, and I was not following community guidelines at fucking all. And it wasn't even commentary. Like, my buddy Leon Lush is also a huge inspiration in the commentary thing. I paid attention to a lot of bigger YouTubers. I talked to him a bit about my channel and stuff like that, and he was telling me like, oh, it's good, and it's a lot better than all these fucking other people I see with millions of subscribers. Keep at it, blah blah blah. And it's also kind of a little boost I needed when I was like, damn, because I was really stuck in a because YouTube definitely doesn't push that kind of content out.
No,
you have
not
to
at
have
all.
a banger of a video, and that thing's got to get blessed by the algorithm for you to see any growth. And videos was definitely, dude, I 100% think like my old videos, compared even the reactions were like, they're way funnier. But I was like, man, I'm pushing it. And my humor and the stuff I was saying, it's definitely like, dude, even though it's a little too edgy. And I used to react to like, Jake Paul songs and just talk shit about them.
Boy.
And then what's up?
I said, oh boy, fun.
Oh yeah. And then so it's kind of like commentary in a way is a reaction. I'm looking at something or reviewing something and just critiquing it instead of like music. Just like, look at these fucking dipshits, and this is why they're dumb. But the Insecure diss track on KSI came out, and at the time I really didn't like KSI. He just annoyed me. So I was like, oh shit, okay, this is kind of like a mix between music and commentary. I was like, this is a diss track. This could be smart. And that video fucking blew up compared to what my normal shit was. And I was like, damn, dude. I gained like 20,000 subscribers from it. I was like, I was stuck at 18,000 for a minute. it went up, and a lot of people enjoyed it. And I'm not entertainment, you know, like I'm kind of averaging like I don't know, like 1,000 views, and people are not necessarily like really feeling what I'm putting out there, and it's not being pushed out as much. I was like, and I've got all these people who are telling me to do this and getting involved. Like, react to this, you need to react to this. Unforgivable just came out with Deadly Crypt, and oh my god, you need to check this out. And I was like, these people are really pushing stuff in their invest.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do my best to, you know, entertain that. But I'm not gonna change my personality. I'm just gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna, instead of being like, yo, this is why Jake Paul's a fucking dipshit and why he sucks ass, it's more of like, I'll keep my humor going, you know, just introduce, you know, start the videos out, fucking slap the anal beads or some dumb shit like that, and make jokes along the way, and have a good time. I feel like diss track still what I prefer, but you know, that's.
Well, to be honest, that was the first time I had seen you, is for that Quadeca Insecure reaction. That was the first time I had ever seen you or your channel. And you know what? The Eminem Kamikaze album, and I talked to Crypt about this, in a lot of ways, it blew up that scene and got eyes on it. Reaction channels, all of a sudden, a lot of people prospered from that and around that. So Eminem kind of created something without realizing it. But out of that, you know, there were moments that followed, and Insecure is a significant moment in the history of the underground YouTube rap scene, and I think that it changed everything.
Oh yeah, 100%. It started a chain reaction of like distance. Quadeca dissing KSI, it really like it blew that up. A lot of people were checking that out that didn't really check that stuff out. And then with Quadeca, a lot of people were like, who the fuck is this kid, dude?
Oh my god.
What's a YouTube rapper? A YouTube rapper on YouTube? Is this, what the fuck is this? And I didn't hear anything from him. And I was going through his channel, and I was listening to sounds and all this bullshit. I was like, what the fuck? This dude's cool. This guy's dope. Is there more like him? Like, I didn't really know YouTube rap existed.
I felt very much the same way. That introduced me to that scene in a lot of ways. It's when I started really keeping my eye on everything.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even know there was such a thing, YouTube rappers. But because of Quadeca, I was like, holy shit. And then after that, you know, I was introduced to like Crypt and stuff, and I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of talent on here, dude. And I've always been a massive rapper. You know, Eminem is, I know that I'm a white dude, so they're talking about Eminem, and I'm gonna ruffle some fucking jimmies up, but some people aside, Eminem has always been a major influence on me as a person, and just, I have 3 idols in my life. I'll go ahead and throw in 4, actually. Like, people that I genuinely like have done a lot. First one is obviously Adam John Casey, through his grace. Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach. Eminem, 100%. And then Mike Tyson. You know, that's why I just saw the recent podcast with on Boxing with Mike or Eminem. Mike Tyson podcast. He had Eminem on there. Holy shit, dude! I was like a child. I was so excited for it. And Eminem has been always something, you know. And so I really like lyricism. I really appreciated like sound, you know, skill. And YouTube rap, there's a lot of corny motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of that shit. There's a lot of cocky people and a whole lot of drama on certain sides. But when you break it down and you kind of separate weird people, weird narratives, and like certain, you know, aspects of it, and some of the cornbread shit, you get into it and you see that there are some seriously talented.
Oh yeah, there was the Rice Gum kind of Jake Paul, Logan Paul kind of era of YouTube rap, and Tanner Fox doing songs, that kind of thing. But then, once Insecure dropped, and this is post Kamikaze, because like I said, I really feel that Kamikaze, when it dropped out of nowhere, laid the table, so to speak, for a lot of things to unfold. But I really feel that once Insecure dropped, that's when we really started seeing all these talents kind of emerge. Like Shacking Yourself, reactors like that. There's a lot more, like Crazy, etc. out there. But this scene with Crypt and Quadeca, Scru, you started seeing guys that like DK, rap artists over in the UK, and the list goes on. We have so many friends in this scene.
Yeah, definitely. It got wild. And a lot of that, I credit the beginning. All right, so the opening part, the initial, the Big Bang rap. I'll give it to Quadeca and his Insecure diss track on KSI. Call that the Big Bang. And then the start, Civilization, bringing everything together. I'm gonna give that to Crypt and his YouTube Cyphers,
Absolutely. When I was talking to him the other day, I was trying to name what I felt were key moments in his career, and the YouTube Cypher one was a real big point. But I even gave it to him though, those Crypt lives. Did you ever used to tune into the Crypt live channel? That's now more of the reaction channel.
Yeah.
But did you ever tune into his live streams?
No, I don't ever watch any live streams like ever. I have no idea why.
But at the time, he was doing these live streams, and people would give $1. So obviously, he wasn't doing this to make a buck, but they give $1, and he'd give feedback on songs, react to songs. He'd do them for free too. And out of that, though, guys like We Scheme, Jekyll, I met so many great guys. Dreddy,
I love Scheme.
Dreddy Ruger, people like that I've become really close with. And of course, Dwayne shortly after that with the Dax situation.
Too,
but I agree with you. YouTube Cypher 1 would have been like the Civilization. And that whole Dax thing that happened, and obviously we're not going to go too deep into that. I think that really had people like start forming loyalties, though, I think, to some of these artists.
Oh, for sure. And a lot of the people you name, I met because of that. All these names you drop, it's so cool how it's such a tight-knit community, dude. Looking at it now, it's so wholesome. It is, dude. Everybody, we're all in association with each other,
Yeah, everybody's forged these relationships. You see so many cool features, that kind of thing. It's grown so much in just a year, if you really think about it. It's been maybe about a year and 6 months.
Yeah, it's wild. Like just yesterday, dude. Or this morning, somebody replied to one of my tweets, and he replied to his buddy, and he's like, "Oh, fuck, you follow him too?" And his buddy's like, "Yeah, dude. I followed him for around 20K, and that was when the fucking Insecure thing came out." Like, Jesus, look at these people. These people know each other, and they're all. It's like even the subscribers. I don't think fans are weird about that, but the subscribers, they know each other, which is fucking through community comment sections. Stuff like that. Like when you say We Scheme, me and Scheme on I made a commentary channel called "Hey, That's Not Very Nice," where I'm being an asshole and having fun with it. Scheme's super. He messaged me as soon as he was the first comment ever. And he's like, "Dude, we should do something with this." And I was like, "Yeah, we could. Let's get a little spicy on here, man. I have no problem with that."
Oh, and he's an innovator in his own way, Scheme, and he's such a clever guy. He really is. And
oh yeah, I fucking love him, dude.
Innovative. He's doing his own thing too, amongst being within, let's say, that community, but doing his own thing within it. And I think that's what's amazing, in my opinion, Todd, is how everybody in this community is finding unique niches of their own within it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's a smart dude. Super glad to see his channel like that. Me and him had some conversations, man, and I'm glad I've heard some advice his way, and it wasn't even advice from from me. I just I say the same shit that's said to me, I told him, I was just like, this fucking, I was like, dude, you're solid. You have, this mask thing going for you. It's mysterious, and that could play, a huge role into something bigger at some point. I was like, you're witty, you're smart, you're an artist yourself. Dude, reactions are the way to go. So the type of shit that people would tell me, just motivating other people, just telling them stuff that you're glad you were told, I'm glad I've had the people to tell me to not stop or to do something.
Absolutely.
I'm glad he started doing reactions, or doing reaction and breaking stuff down. Those ERBs. He's fucking. It's so fitting for him. He really is. I'm so happy to see him being successful, man.
You want to hear something funny? His very first reaction was Unstoppable, the song I did with Jacko and 10K. That was Scheme's first ever reaction video.
I could mark that down in the books, dude.
Very, very cool. I was super appreciative about that.
Am I the second person on the podcast?
Yeah, you're gonna be the second. I've been doing a bunch of interviews, but release-wise, this will probably be the second one that gets put out there.
That's what I was saying about it. My mind Chris, dude, sick. I'm like, hell yeah, we're doing things.
Making things happen.
I could say that when this gets bigger one day, but yeah, dude. I was number 2 on that being said podcast. No big fucking deal. Right after my buddy Crypt, and I feel that, dude. You were the first reaction, dude. That's funny.
Oh, man. Well, that's the thing, though. I think it goes into what we're talking about. I feel that this podcast was a natural evolution of the scene. And I feel that a platform like this was definitely necessary and the next step for some of these artists to be able to tell their stories.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. I love it, dude. I love it. It makes me happy. That's why the whole diss track thing. As much as I like that, I hate, dude, come off with an apple saying that you need some spicy battles. It's always some good times, good fun. But I've become so close with so many people in the community that become so personalized now. So
oh my gosh, it's like watching your siblings fight.
Literally, so it just fucking when everybody was coming at Gawne, it was genuinely pissing me off. People were kind of throwing shade at Crypt for rapping fast or Gawne. It actually bugging the fuck out of me, dude. You get close with these people and it's wild because it's just like some rap beats, Oh man, it just bugs me so much. So. Yeah, I could sit past the fucking coronavirus right there. I could sit past the little diss battles as much as I enjoy a little bit of heat. I'd rather not see friends bicker or just people. God forbid someone I don't like, drops a diss track on someone I do like. That's no fun,
Well, that's the thing. I think when they come organically, when I say organically, obviously a legitimate issue, here and there, that's one thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But there was a time period during the fall, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, where it was just track after track after track, and this person's dissing this person who's dissing this person, and it got to the point where I told myself, I was like, I don't think I can ever listen to another damn diss track again.
There's a few times where, looking back, there's a few tracks and beats and shit that were just fucking so pointless, that were so drawn out.
Absolutely.
So funny, I'm just beating around it. The whole fucking Church and Scru thing was just, as much as I didn't want to do it, I still did it. It was so fucking heavily invested in. Everybody wanted that shit. Everybody wanted an opinion on it. Fucking Christ, it was just, it got
in
to the
your
point
situation,
where
you were a little bit drawn into that one, a little bit,
Yeah. It was fucking Jesus Christ. But what else, man? There's a couple, the KSI diss tracks too. It got to the point where there might have been too many. The Dax diss tracks, I was just not a fan. The whole him and Scru thing. Me and Dax were cool. We talked about everything.
Person after person was coming after Dax at a certain point where a lot of them had never even spoken to this guy. So it really didn't make sense.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that was what was weird. It was just like the way it was say. I was like, man, if you're dissing for a legitimate reason, by all means, but if you're just jumping on it, it's just that we can clown on that guy. Kind of lame, and I was like, fuck, dude, people are just requesting diss track after diss track. Crypt was getting sick of it. I was getting sick of it. I was like, fuck, dude. Too much, man. Like, I'm about to join this man's fucking. It's like, you see? It's so wild. I'm not even like, dude, religious, not religious, politically, I don't even fucking talk about politics. I'll never mention it. You wouldn't even be able to tell me what I am. Even though, you might, a little vocal on Twitter. Not even that. I'm definitely actually like, I'm in the middle, but it's weird. If I see someone get targeted so often, and I start seeing that sometimes it's not even for like a solid reason, they're just being targeted, it makes me start sympathizing and being on that person's side.
Oh, that's me too, 100%. Or when something's just so hated on in general, I find myself going, nah, I'm all about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's not even for a reason. It's just like, yo, everyone likes the Dak thing. I wasn't like, yo, everybody hates Dak. Fucking, I love him. They're like, be like a weird hipster. I was just like, dude, a lot of people are hating on him for no fucking reason. And I'm starting to sympathize, and I'm starting to, be like, yo, this is just not, like, he's done some shitty things. But dude, you know how many fucking people have? Jesus Christ. I've done terrible things. When I was younger. Like, dude, it's a learning experience. You grow, but I feel like nobody gave him any room to, like, grow.
Well, I was going to say, I think two big mistakes that young artists make is they think that there's two types of cheat codes to get ahead. The first one is they think that if they get a feature from somebody like a Crypt or somebody on the upper level, that they're automatically going to blow up. And that's a mistake to make. It can help their platform, and it will get some eyes and exposure on them, but it's not going to make you blow up. And they often get disappointed when it's not an overnight success thing. Crypt was not an overnight success. Neither is anybody who's been successful, like a Vin J or a Joey Nato or a Dwayne, etc. But the other mistake they make is they think that doing a diss track could be, again, a cheat code for instant fans, and that's not the case.
Yeah, 100% agree. No, I feel like some people think, like, that's how people offer me, like, hundreds of dollars for a reaction. I won't react to a random person who's just like, yo, react to my shit, mainly because it's annoying. I feel like it's feeding a stray cat. You know? Like, if I do it once, it's not going to fucking stop.
Yeah.
And then everybody else I'm going to have to do it for. And I just get fucking spammed left and right with requests. Dude, react to my song? Yo, Rick? And it gets so fucking irritating.
You did a video on this topic.
Yeah, no, it was actually fucking annoying. There was an artist, actually, who I'm pretty sure everybody knows. He's not very big. He's got like, a few thousand subscribers. He's not like a huge, like, oh, fuck. It's like he's just part of the community. He's spammed me fucking so many times, and I'm not gonna put his name out there and be a fucking prick, because I'm not that type of dude. But, like, I've made it known, even in that video I made, dude. I just don't do it, I react to what is requested, and it has to be heavily requested.
Yeah.
And then there's the people that I've done reactions for, which is pretty much like, since the start, and it's like, that's not going to change, because people, it's like, already, it's just your channel, like, my channel's like already in that setting where it's like, people see, oh, Crypt, they know it is, and they're like, yeah, got it, or like, Eminem, obviously, that's not so got it. Something, it's familiarity? I can't say that word. Familiarity? No idea. But yeah, it's that familiar fucking, people see that title and be like, oh, okay, it's Todd's channel. Like, Quebec video, that's not uncommon. We like Quebec video, we're gonna click it. So if I don't want to be like some, like, dude who's just throwing out videos, it's just like, yo, yeah, fucking, please throw out a video, and it's like some, like, up-and-comer, and people, it's like no one's gonna really click that. I hate to say it, I know a lot of people get salty about that type of shit, but, like, no one's gonna, if someone is not very well known with me as an artist, and there's nothing spiraling around their name at the moment, if I put out a video saying, reacting to this specific person, and there's not, this dude, look at that, I did a Justin Bieber video, and it did terrible at the start. It's alright when his fans started seeing that shit, but nobody in my subscriber base was just like, Justin Bieber, fuck yeah. did terrible. If Justin Bieber's name isn't doing good, you think somebody that they don't know, they're going to say, oh, fuck, I got to click it. You might let that one slide, you know? So, like, I don't, and I also, I don't want, like, I definitely don't want to charge someone for that. And be like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking pay me, or like, $100 for a reaction. Then it's just like, it's not $100 worth of, it's not worth $100. It's not worth a certain amount of money. Because the off chance of it is really good, and I'm just like, I charge them like $5 for that shit. Jump their channel up, blah, blah, blah. You look at it in the business side of things, and everyone's just like, yo, you definitely should charge them for that, bro. And it's like, I just don't want to get into that type of stuff. I don't really do it.
What I think is, when you're a reaction channel, the problem that you run into is people want to take control of your channel in many ways. They want to see you do what they want, and after a while, when is it your channel again? When is it your channel?
A lot of it is the artist, though, which is wild. Dude, if I showed you, I'll take a fucking screenshot of my DMs later, and I'll show you how many people they just send me their link to their music, and they're just like reactions. And I'm just like, God, why is it up to me to boost your channel? You know, like what?
Well, I think that people mean well, right? When it's a young artist trying to reach out, and in a sense, you want to think it's a compliment to you and the reach you've gained, but at the same time, I absolutely see your side of it, where you're seeing it as, why are you trying to put that on me? And again, it's also the people in the comments requesting, let's say, BTS or whatever it is that they want. They want you to do what they want, but at a certain point, it's your channel.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. That's why I upload what I want. I don't really give a shit. Like I upload what I'm comfortable with and what I'm happy with, but so far that definitely got people. There's no issues there, and I feel like I'm happy with the amount of people who are in agreement with what I put up.
Yeah, you got a great response from the community from that.
Back to the reaction thing, like I know it sounds like I'm an asshole. I've talked to Dwayne about it. I've talked to a lot of the reactors, and like everyone's on the same fucking. It's the same people in all of our DMs spamming us with the same shit. And it's like everybody's in agreement on like it's annoying. Me and Dwayne have discussed it like a lot. And Dwayne is the sweetest P in the world. He's such a nice fucking guy. And for him to even be annoyed at the people that I'm annoyed at, it's like they're really fucked up. I know I'm not just some bitter asshole. And I'm not saying like I know like one man, one mic. For an example, I saw 50 something with him. We reacted to one of his things, and it was like a split 30 seconds into it. I was like, I'm gonna do reactions that I really fucking like. I like how much effort he put in. I like the videography was fire. The song itself was awesome. I was like, I fucking like it, dude.
But you were drawn into it. You made that decision. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to help him.
That you were compelled and pushed to do it, or in some cases even fucking threatened.
It wasn't requested. He wasn't asking me for it. It was just something I did. And even if he would have been like, yo, dude, like, which is messages I love is like, hey, I'm not at all asking for you to react to this, but like, can you give me some feedback, bro? Can you check this out? That's the type of person that like I like that. We're gonna be friends because essentially it's doing a reaction is almost giving a shout out to someone that's not like if No Life Shaq just gets on there with his fucking reach and he just does a reaction to like some small artist. I mean, if they're ass, it's obviously not gonna do well. But I mean, if they're like if they're like good and blah, blah, that's a huge booster, dude.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's essentially it. Someone asking like Shaq for a fucking, that'd be like me being like, yo, PewDiePie, can you shout me out in your video for no fucking reason at all? I'm a good YouTuber. I think my content's solid. I like my personality. I think I do well. But it's not his job to do that. So I would never in a fucking million years ask anybody for like a handout like that. So like when I keep getting, and when I tell people that it makes them comfortable and people continuously do it, it becomes a fucking problem.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I mean, I've heard horror stories from certain people of almost like being threatened by artists.
Oh, dude, I got there's a certain person who spam me so much. Like, I'm cool, dude. I'm very laid back, man. I'm a very, like, pacifistic person. Believe it or not, a lot of people probably don't fucking see that in me. It takes a lot. Like, a lot to, like, push my buttons and actually, like, get me on that offensive side of things. But, like, dog, he dropped a diss track on me, and it was not good. Because there's nothing you can say, honestly, that I won't say myself, dude. I'll trash myself, so I'll fucking de-rabbit that shit, dude. I'll put bullets in myself before you could even take a shot. Like, you got no fucking shot, dude, at all. Like, no chance. And what he had was just simple physical appearance insults, which is like, this also impenetrable. I don't give a shit. How many times I roast my dude? I destroy myself. Like, there's like, I was like, it pissed me off that this guy thought that this would work. Then he took shots at the cat. Talking about my cat. That shit pissed me off. I hate when people bring it.
I mean, that was almost like a nervous, like, huh. It wasn't a huh because it was funny. It was more like, I can't believe that people would go to that level.
Yeah. I was like
overreaction.
Oh, dude. Yeah, because I wasn't reacting with stuff that felt like I was.
Especially when there's channelers out there that will willingly take your money and give you a reaction and that have plenty of reach. I don't understand why the no's are not acceptable to them. But again, that's what I'm thinking, Todd. I think that maybe I was wrong before when I said that there was two things. Maybe there's three things that people think, and I think the third one isn't just the diss track, or the feature, but actually it's the reaction channel. And I think that people believe, young artists make the mistake that the reaction channels are vital to the community. They're vital for artists. But if you have one song and everyone reacts to it, if nobody knows your name, you're going to get a very small viewing on each channel because not as many of their viewers are going to watch about the artist they don't know.
That was something that, like, oh god, I can't. And you know, I could have and that diss track was stayed on SoundCloud. I could have clipped it, and I could have done a video on that, dude. I could have clickbaited the fuck out of the title. I had just the title alone. Rapper diss my cat, rapper diss syrup or some shit like that. And like just reacted at like 30, 40-second little clip at the start of the diss track. And I fucking guarantee you that dude would have been assaulted on the platform. Like 100%, dude. Which is something that blew my mind. So it's like you want to talk to someone who has more reach than you, but you're willing to do some fuck shit. I was like, damn, like this, like that's like almost saying you don't mind negative. What's it called? Negative. Fuck. Wow, my brain is just taking a full shit here. Negative publicity.
A full shit. It's not taking a quarter shit. It's taking a full shit. Everybody on the That Being Said podcast, This OffendsMeTV, is taking the full shit.
It was. This shit like just pissed me off. So now when I get spammed by people, I'm sitting there like, man, these motherfuckers are all the same. It pisses me off. But I love when people are like, yo, give me some feedback, blah blah blah. It's like you never know what you'll get then. You know, if you're coming to me as like a genuine person who's not seeking, it's like I feel like my opinion isn't even necessarily important. It's more of like you just want subscribers at that point. If I was like, yeah, I'll listen to it. Why does it have to be on? Why do I have to? And the one person I even just wanted to see, I wanted to see if he was full of shit. And I was like, he said, I just want to see your reaction to it. I was like, all right, what if I make a video, edit it, you know, and I throw it on my channel and I keep it unlisted and I send you the link so you can see my reaction to it. He wasn't about it. He wanted to be public.
Really? Wow, and that's more than a lot of people would do for that kind of person.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I'm going out of my way to. I would 100%. I would have said yeah. I would have been like, oh fuck, yeah, I got you, no problem. But it's just the fact that it had to be uploaded kind of bothered me. I was like, that bugs the fuck out of me, dude.
It's not about my opinion. It's about my audience.
You just want subscribers. I don't know.
Well, that's it. It's about your audience. It's about trying to be seen in front of your audience. And again, there's nothing criminal about that.
Yeah,
the reaction channels are so vital to the artist, but there's an approach.
Like if he was just straight up and was like, dude, I just really want to boost. I feel like this should be blah blah. But yeah, that makes more sense. But just to the bullshit to my face. I was kind of like, man, fuck off. Dude.
I really value your opinion.
Has to be public or fucking no-go, buddy.
Well, there you go. And what a shame that is.
So this ends part 1 of my interview with Todd from This OffendsMeTV. I apologize I didn't get this up on Friday as originally planned, but going forward, Friday will be good to go. A number of different things kind of happen out of my control. It happens from time to time. But that being said, I will have part 2 of the interview up on Monday, and I hope everyone tunes in for that. The conversation takes a turn more to YouTube and YouTube culture, and I think that it's a fun talk. So tune in for part 2 of my interview with Todd on Monday, and next week we are going to have Dizzy 8 in the house for an interview, and we're going to talk about a number of different things. So I hope everybody enjoys, and I hope everyone has themselves a wonderful day wherever you are.